Okay, guys, we're back here with 5.oa.3. This will tie into your geometry unit in a sense. It also ties in when we talked about GOA2 with, it talks about our rules and our patterns that we're going with. But then now we're going to use our rules and patterns and put them in a coordinate point. So this is the nice part about applying actually more than one thing. Okay, so it wants us to continue the pattern to add 2, add 4. So take a moment and write 2, 4, 6, 8. And then it wants us to add 4 to this side. So 4, 16, 20, 24. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I'm timesing it by 4. No wonder I was looking in my mind. 4, 8, 12, 16. I knew something didn't look right. And list your order pairs over here. It needs to be in parentheses, and it does need to have a comma in the middle. So you do need to write 2, 4. And if you'll take a moment and finish your rest of your coordinate points here. And now I want you to graph and label the ordered pair. Well, here's the thing. How are we going to graph it? Label it. Here's how we label it. Because there is no letters associated with this, you're going to actually have to write the coordinates in here. So we're going to start off with the very first one, which is 2, 4. So remember, you go in and then up 4. Now how you label this one right here is going to be literally 2, 4 in a parentheses. That's how you label them, because there is no letter associated with these. So therefore, you can't just label this A, B, C, D. Okay. If you'll take a moment and finish graphing the rest of them while I do mine. Now, you'll notice that there is a direct correlation between these. Now, if you would have realized up here that basically what we're doing is we're timesing it by 2, you would have seen that down here. You know they're all connected because they all are moving in a straight line. Here, when you're connecting all of these points, you'll know that there is a certain rule, and I'm multiplying it by 2. I'm multiplying by 3. I'm dividing by 3. I'm subtracting by 3 every single time. If it's the same rule and the rule's not constantly changing, then you should have a straight line. Now, that's kind of tied to science here, so it'll help you understand a little bit more of science. Juan and Mike are creating patterns. Juan uses the rule add 5 and starts at 2. Mike uses the rule multiply by 3 and starts at 4. What is the first number in Juan's pattern that also appears in Mike's pattern? Well, I can't do this in my head. I actually have to draw this out. So I'm going to do Mike here, and I'm going to do Juan because Juan's listed first. Juan and Mike. I'm going to create 2 separate things here. Juan is add 5 and starts at 2. So he starts at 2 and he adds 5, 7. Mike uses the rule multiply by 3 and starts at 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So then I go 3 and I add 5 here. It would be 8, 4, 9. Let's go over here, and then I'm going to go to 5 times 3, which is 15, 6 times 3, which is 18. So I still don't have the option here, so I'm going to keep going. We might be going at this for a while. 5, 10, 6, 11, 7, 12. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 is 24. 9 is 27. 8, 13, 9, 14, 10, 15. We're gonna have to keep going, huh? It doesn't look like they're always gonna be. Look at this one's half of this one. If you look at 10 and 15, this is half of this. It's gonna be a long combination. The only thing I could think of is when it's asking this, if it wants you to do 1 starts in row 2 and adds 5. So he goes, wonder if he's not doing an XY, he's doing this. So add 5, which would be 7, right? Okay, so this is 4, then times 3 is 12, times 3 is 36. 5 plus 5 equals, plus 5, 12, plus 5, 17, plus 5 equals 22, plus 5 equals 27, plus 5 equals 32, plus 5 equals 37, 42, 47. I'm losing my mind. I can't think right now. 52, 57, 62. Okay, so let's come over here. 36 times 3. 18, trade your 1, 3, 9, 10, 108. See, let's see if we can go. We can't go to 108. It's got to end either in a 2 or a 7. So let's take 108 times 3, which equals 24. It doesn't end in that. Trade your 2, 2, 3, times 3, 12. Trade your 1, 6, 7. So it looks like the first number, because if you'll notice the pattern here, it's going to end in a 2 or it's going to end in a 7. And this was kind of tricky for me to even figure out that, in fact, the first number that's going to appear in his pattern is 972. It has to end in, oh, never mind. I take that. We did all of that work. I didn't even notice it. I said 972, didn't I? Miss Hine! Someone should have said Miss Hine. Like, you can tell I'm tired. 972 would appear as the next number, but the first number, Miss Hine did way more work than I needed to because I wasn't thinking. So when I look at this one, what 2 numbers do you see right away? 12 and 12, right? So guess what? 12 is going to be the first number. And if you write this down, 972 is going to be the next number. So you'll notice that there's a big thing here. I don't like how this question was worded in a sense because I thought they wanted us to talk about coordinate points. So it didn't make any sense on following that because we were over here working on coordinate points. So I think that's why we all got a little confused. So let's look at this one. William and Henry are creating patterns. They both start at 1, continuing the patterns, multiply by 4. So take a moment. This one says add 7. Okay. Complete the table below. If you'll take a moment and put in your X and Y axis here, this is kind of easy. It's something we were doing over in the other side. Okay, plot points A through DC and draw AC. Now, another thing that you'll be learning is the line above the AC tells you what it's going to be. It's going to be a line. It's not going to be a line segment. Remember that a line segment is from here to here, and a segment has a start and a stop. This is actually a line, and you'll see that the arrows on the ends of this mean it continues for on and on. So I'm going to go to A, and I have 1, 2. This is my A. And C was 5, 10, 5, go up 10. And when I don't have to worry about D. Plot points A through D, C. I think they have an extra line here. Okay, so when you're going to connect the two of them, when you connect your dots, I should have used a ruler. You need, because this up here tells you have to have arrows, down here you have to have arrows. Okay, explain the relationship between the corresponding terms. So what you're going to do is, they're straight lines, so what do they have in common? What is being done? Okay, X is blank of Y, or Y is blank of X. Okay, looking at question number 8, complete the table below. Okay, so put your X and Y coordinate points in here. Make sure you have your parentheses and your comma. Okay, plot points M through P and draw MP. So this one wants us to draw MP through P. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Oh, let me get N. I got to label this. This is M. This is N. O is 9, 10. P is 11, 12. And then I'll draw a line because it has a line above it. And that's my line, and I have to have my arrows. List the coordinate points of the other 2 points that are MP. So list your coordinate points for N and O, please. Okay, looking at the box, create a table with 3 values for X and Y. Make each Y coordinate twice as much as the corresponding in X. So we're just going to pick some numbers. I'm going to pick 2, 4, and 6. And then it says make the Y coordinates twice as much as the X coordinates. So basically I'm timesing this by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 12. So then you're going to put your coordinate points on this side here. And you're also going to come down here and plot it again. So you're going to do 2 and 4, 4 and 8, and 6 and 12. Okay, list the coordinate points of 2 other points that are on this line. The X coordinates must be greater than 12. So what it wants you to do is it wants you to basically continue this plot pattern up here. So if my coordinate points, my X coordinates must be greater than 12, let's do 13. 13 times 2 is going to be 26. And just pick another point and type that into Edpuzzle. Okay?